today I have for you the Goth Girl's Guide to Black Liquid Lipsticks. Are you ready? So here I have all the black liquid lipsticks that I have in my collection currently. Now there are a couple companies, I think Colored Rain has a black liquid lipstick, I'm not sure, but I've never had anything from that company. So, I mean, I have 5 of them. I don't really need any more. There is one that's going to be coming out this month, in the month of July, from Kat Von D. But I really have been wanting to make this guide for a long time because, I mean, look at all the black liquid lipsticks that are existing right now. I'm so excited about it, and I just can't wait. I can't wait for the Kat Von D one. So, I mean, when it comes out, I'll buy it and I'll review it. And I will link it below in this description. But I have to do this right now because I'm exploding with excitement about black liquid lipstick. I can't take it. So the thing about these that makes it so much more amazing than regular black lipstick. Watch this. Are you ready? Look. Oh, look at that. Nothing. Nothing there. There's a little bit like from the inside of the mouth, but this one, the one that I have on currently, which is the last one that I swatched in this video, is the one that will stay on like madness. So, I mean, the fact that these all stay in place is the most miraculous thing that has happened to cosmetics in the last 10 years. They are opaque, they are matte, they stay where you put them. You can redraw your lips. They're just the most handy, wonderful, beautiful, genius products ever. And the market has been totally flooded with them lately. So I thought I would go on and do a whole guide so that you guys can know the down low about these products and how much they are, which ones are worth it, which ones sort of you can forget about getting, they have any kind of weird bad things going on, and which ones my favorites are. So yeah, let's go on and get into it. I will show you each and every one of these swatched on my lips and I guess on my hand. Be thorough, that's good. I have my olive oil and Q-tips and cotton balls so that nothing horrible happens. You can always remove this stuff with olive oil. First, I'm going to do the Makeup Monster's Darkness Prevails. So Darkness Prevails is from Makeup Monster's Cosmetics. It retails for $13.95 and you get 0.13 ounces or 4.5 milliliters. It dries down to a really nice matte finish. It needs about 2 coats to reach maximum opacity. It really stays in place really well. There's like a little bit of feathering upon application, but if you get that, it's so easy just to put a little bit of concealer or powder around the edge. The staying power of this one is really nice, but if you're talking about eating and drinking and kissing people and all that kind of thing, it's not going to outlast that. Also, I did do a test a little bit ago where I put all of these on my upper thigh and they, like 2 of them stayed there for a week, and I will let you know when I get to those 2 which ones it was that actually like stayed there for a week. There were 2 that stayed there the longest. One stayed for I think 8 days and the other stayed for 5 days. This was not one of them. This is the one of the ones that went immediately. Like after I put my pants on or got a shower, it's gone. Does not stay. Doesn't really have that super glue, like your lips are now going to be black forever kind of thing. But that's kind of good because it can be a serious pain in the ass to take a liquid lipstick off that really bonds to the lip and just won't go, won't leave, won't budge. It can kind of get taxing. So, I mean, I really feel like this is a good formula for every day. It's going to stay in place until you want it to come off. But when you want it to come off, it's going to come off. It's a vegan product, so it's a great product to purchase. But the next one I'm going to show you is a little bit better for the price. There's a little bit more in it for the price. This one is 0.13 ounces, and for $13.95. So compared to the other ones, this is a little bit more expensive for the amount that you're getting and the sort of like staying power that you're getting. However, Makeup Monsters is repackaging their liquid lipsticks, I believe, and the new packaging will contain more product. I'm not sure how much more, but it will be more product for, I think, the same price, which will be nice. And I think I'm just going to take this one off with my simple cleansing makeup wipes, because I'm pretty sure it just kind of like comes off with these. Like that. Next is Black Cat from Pretty Zombie Cosmetics. There's the pretty little zombie girl, if you can see her there. It's just a regular doe foot, just like the Makeup Monsters Darkness Prevails. So Black Cat is $12 and it is 7 grams or 0.24 ounces. Now, that's a lot more than the previous one, Darkness Prevails. I also feel like this is much more opaque than Darkness Prevails when it first goes on. However, I feel like Darkness Prevails also dries down a little bit faster to a matte finish a little bit quicker, but has the same lasting power that Darkness Prevails has. So I feel like these two, Makeup Monsters and Pretty Zombie, it's sort of a toss-up. They're pretty much kind of the same thing. All of these are the same thing, obviously, but I would say the staying power is the same, the opacity that you can achieve is the same, the matte effect is the same, so, you know, these two. Also, I'm going to use the same makeup wipe to take Black Cat off as I used for Darkness Prevails. I do want to point out, though, that the longer that these are on, I'm putting them on and taking them right off. The longer that these are on, the more difficult it will always be to take them off, no matter if it's these or the other ones. But these pretty much act this way, even if you had them on all day. They come off with a makeup wipe. Next is Weirdo from Jeffree Cosmetics. And this doe foot is a little bit different. It's like the Dose of Colors doe foots, if you know what those are like. It's kind of a little flimsy and kind of wide, like a kind of flared out at the bottom of the doe foot. It's almost kind of like a spoon. And the packaging is a little smaller, like more compact than, like, say this is the Makeup Monsters, so it's a lot shorter, but kind of fatter. And in this, you get 0.19 ounces, so it's still less than the Pretty Zombie Black Cat, and it's more expensive. It's $18, so this is the most expensive one so far, but it does have more than the Makeup Monsters. So 0.19 ounces and $18. The lasting ability on this is better than Makeup Monsters or Pretty Zombie. It stays a little bit longer through rougher use. However, it also comes off pretty easily. The longer that you wear this one, the harder it will be to remove. I feel like the most special thing about this is the applicator. So technically, I guess the packaging instead of the product is the most impressive thing to me, even though the product is very impressive to me, and I think it's more of an upgrade from the other two, but definitely it's also a price upgrade. The most special thing, though, truly is the doe foot. For me, I feel like the spoon doe foot, if that's what this is called, sort of has almost like a curve. It sort of hugs your lip, so it makes the application extremely fast. It just like gently, when you push it on your lip, it sort of conforms to your lip and then helps you apply the product. So I feel like that's the standout thing to note here is that, like, yeah, you're paying really only $4 more than the Makeup Monsters one, but you're paying $6 more than the Black Cat from Pretty Zombie, but and you're getting less product than Pretty Zombie in this, but the packaging is just far superior than either of the other two. It just depends on what's more important to you. I feel like this is a little bit more of a, yeah, slightly more of a luxury product, but it also comes with slightly more of a luxury price. So first, let's try to remove it with just a wipe, and if that doesn't work, I'll move on to the olive oil. See what I mean? That's a little tougher. And the longer that you have this one on, especially, it definitely clings a little more. Yeah, around those edges I'm going to have to use, I'm just going to go for the olive oil. Just makes life easier. This also means that I'm going to have to reapply all my foundation around my mouth. Joy. What about this? Is this a good look for me? I feel like I look like Groucho Marx or something. Next, we have one that's going to be slightly controversial, I have a feeling. Lime Crime's Black Velvet. I know people are not feeling too friendly about Lime Crime these days, which I understand, you know, all of the things that are going on. I bought this before the whole craziness went down with the company, so please, you know, don't hurt me. I've had it for a long time, and I have to include this because the Lime Crime Velveteens started this all. And don't tell me they didn't, because they did, you guys. Come on. Since this is a complete guide to black liquid lipsticks, I feel like I have to include it. I have it, I own it, I use it, so I'm gonna be honest about it and include it here. Please don't be mad at me. Moving along. So it too just has a regular doe foot, but this doe foot's a little bit more squat, I guess you could say. It's like a tiny little thick, tiny doe foot. I will say that this is the only one that has a pleasant smell. Some of the other ones just don't smell. Some of them smell a little painty, but this one has like a vanilla cupcake kind of smell. It smells really good. This is the one that has the least amount of product in it, so that sucks. It's 0.088 ounces, and it's also the most expensive one. So this has the least amount of product for the most amount of money. It's 0.088 ounces and it's $20, and you can get it on their website, or you can also get it at Namie's here in Burbank, Los Angeles. If you live in the Valley, you'll probably know where that is. The doe foot is not anything special, but the outer packaging is pretty. It's got this like metal, I think it's metal, whatever. It's a shiny red thing with flowers on it, and then a frosted tube. It's a little more like luxurious than the Black Cat or Darkness Prevails, but it's not quite to the Jeffree Star Weirdo level. This does dry down matte faster than any of them. The staying power is better than the three previous. It's better than Darkness Prevails, better than Black Cat, and better than Weirdo. When I put all 5 of these on my upper thigh, this was definitely there for 3 days longer than Weirdo was. It really hung on, and I had to, I mean, I was like, am I ever gonna get this crap off? This is way better in terms of staying power, but it also means it's gonna be a little bit of a bitch to get off. However, I feel like this is really matte, like very, very dry. And if that's what you want, this is a good one. This is a really good one. But it just seems a little bit nuts to pay so much more money for something that you can get cheaper and more product of. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely taking this off with olive oil. Yeah, it's like that. Next we have LA Splash Lip Couture in Venom. It's just kind of drugstore, regular kind of packaging. The doe foot is a little bit strange. It's like a really long kind of skinny doe foot, and it's sort of like angled back. That one's pretty big. This doe foot's really long. It is $11.98, and it is 0.13 ounces, which is the same amount of product as the Makeup Monsters. And I would say this one dries matte, but not super matte. It's sort of like the difference between MAC's Retro Matte and their regular matte. I would also say that this formula is a bit more liquidy sometimes than the others can be. It's a bit more slippy, a bit more liquidy. Before you open this, you should definitely give it a little pump or a little twist around, mix it up. People have complained about like a paint-like scent from this, and oh, I do get that now that it's more like mineral spirits or something like that. The stuff that you use to clean paintbrushes, that's what that smells like, but it goes away really quickly. It's not like it's sitting there under your nose. If you just open it and whiff it, you're gonna smell that, but as you're putting it on, I don't really smell it. It definitely is one of those that you're going to want a 2-coat kind of thing, just to make sure it's completely opaque. You might want to do 2 coats, but I really feel like I could go into battle. I could crawl out of Shawshank prison with this on my lips, and it would be there when I got out and started screaming in the field. Do you know what I mean? It is not going to go anywhere. Like bulletproof, it's lip armor. It's just not gonna leave you. It will leave the inside, but I feel like this one above all is gonna stay there. It does stay there longer. And you can, I mean, I feel this one and the Lime Crime one, I feel on my lips more than I feel the other ones. When I did the swatch test for like a week on my upper thigh, and I swatched all of them, the Makeup Monsters and the Pretty Zombie went away within like 45 minutes of like going about my day and like having leggings on and taking a shower and doing whatever. Then the Jeffree Star Weirdo one went away, like, I would say in like 8 hours or something like that. And then the Black Velvet from Lime Crime went away, but that didn't go away for days. For days on my legs, it was, on my leg, it was Black Velvet and Venom hanging out side by side. But this one always seemed to be a little more opaque. It like didn't move. I swatched this and it stayed there until I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. And I scrubbed it the hell off. And it was there for a freaking week, like maybe 8 days, truly. But this one was a close second. So these two really hung in there for days on my skin. I find it, you know, curious, or maybe not so curious, that these are the only two that I really feel on my lips when I wear them. It doesn't feel bad or anything, but it's there. If you're out during the night or out during the day, you're gonna forget that it's there. But if I stop and think about it and try to determine whether or not I can feel it on my lips, I can with both of these. This one is probably the one I would recommend to people the most because it is $11.98 and it stays on like a motherfucker. If you seriously need a product that is going to stay on your lips for a long time and you do not have to worry about it, it's going to be this one, period. End of story. End of story. The other ones, they will be your friend for a long time, but when they feel like giving up, they will. This one, not giving up. I recommend all of them, honestly. Maybe not the Lime Crime one, just because it's so fucking expensive for how little product you get. That's a little bit lame. So I'm gonna say that one's great, and I'm real happy that I have it. However, it's $20 for 0.088 ounces. That is not, no, just, that seems to me a little bit stupid. But if you have the money, like whatever, it's totally. But if you don't, $11.98 or $13.95, $12, $18, you know, these all have more product in them than this one, and they're all cheaper than this one. So, I mean, I guess maybe it's the vanilla scent, but that really goes away after you put it on, so I don't know. The LA Splash one is the one I have on my lips right now. This is the Trooper. This is the man that's gonna stay on your face until Armageddon. I don't recommend this one because it's too much money for too little product, but I'm glad that I have it, but I wouldn't recommend this to you unless you're a Lime Crime fan or you really want something that smells good when you apply it. It's a good product, it is. It's just too much money for what you're getting. Then Jeffree Star. I really freaking love this one. It's a beautiful formula. I really like the packaging. The staying power is pretty good. I would say the staying power for this one is between these guys and this guy. Then I feel like these two are sort of the same in terms of lasting power, in terms of the formula, in terms of packaging. They're the same. This one's a couple dollars more, $1.95 more. But you do get a lot more in this one. So I guess that would be the only reason I would recommend this one a wee bit more, is because I guess you get more product in it. But they're really great. This one, the one that I have on, the LA Splash one, you know, I was saying it's a little semi-matte, or like not super dry matte, but it sort of has a little bit of a shine to it. Not really though. I'm really like picking, but you know, sometimes I will put this on as a base and then put one of these three over it, you know, just so it will achieve maximum dry matteness. So you could do that too if you have like a bunch of them like me and you're a crazy person. I feel like that's about it. That wraps it up. I hope you have enjoyed the Goth Girl's Guide to Black Liquid Lipsticks. I hope it has been helpful. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Stay spooky, be happy, wear black lipstick.